After more than 1 year and 3 months of intense fighting, the Palestinian militant faction Hamas and Israel have agreed to a sudden ceasefire. Western and Middle Eastern countries have collectively welcomed the development.
1년 3개월 넘게 전쟁을 벌여온 이스라엘과 팔레스타인 무장단체 하마스가 휴전에 전격 합의했습니다. 서방과 중동 각국은 한 목소리로 환영했습니다. Oh, very nice. They had been talking about it, but it failed. And finally, they have agreed.
Yes.
Okay. And it's already been 1 year and 3 months since the war broke out.
The official day count is 467 days.
Okay.
네, 467일
만에.
네, 교전 중이었는데요. So now it will officially be over on January 19th,
Okay.
on Saturday. But this is something of a surprise. It was something of a sudden ceasefire.
Kind of.
Yeah.
That's right. Because there were several attempts and it all failed. And then, it's a ceasefire agreement. So it is a bit of a surprise.
Right. I mean, I think in the world we have several things, big issues and big news items coming up. So I think for a little bit, our attention was turned away from this part of the world.
True.
So the fact that this ceasefire has happened is great news indeed.
So 그 합의한 내용은 어떻게 되나요? So are they, what's going to happen? I would imagine hostages are a big part of the plan?
Yes. So this ceasefire, there's kind of an initial stage, but they're working towards a more permanent ceasefire.
Got it.
So this is more temporary, but as things go well, the conditions get better and better. So it'll be 3 stages, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3.
I see.
And it's different levels of what kinds of hostages and prisoners they return.
Okay.
And then, even going to the people that they still have that unfortunately have passed away, exchanging the bodies, all of that. So this is good news.
Okay, so they're not doing everything at once.
Not everything
and
at
not
once.
all the hostages are being released at once, but they're going through stages.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is great. Some of the other things is Israel also agreed in stage 2 to withdraw from the Gaza Strip. So, of course, that is an area of that Israel-Palestine that's under contention. A lot of people, that's where a lot of fighting has been. So Israel pulling out of that area is another big development that will happen.
Okay, so hopefully the people in Gaza will have a chance to kind of, at least start rebuilding.
Yes,
somewhat.
definitely.
Yeah.
Just repairing both their city and hopefully the diplomacy between the two nations. And, a lot of families have been harmed by this, this conflict, right?
Yeah, so this is very good news. So let's talk about the ceasefire here. They have agreed to a sudden ceasefire.
Yes.
So a ceasefire is not truce. It's not complete, like, it is your final goal is to have peace talks and have a truce.
Yes, have like a peace treaty, for example,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
So this is not necessarily officially the end of the war. If we break this up, cease means to stop.
Stop, yes.
And fire is talking about firearms, so not using weapons. So stopping the use of weapons, so they are no longer going to be attacking each other.
Okay.
But it is not like an official end of the war.
Yes. So 휴전인데요. So temporary, the fighting stops temporarily, or at least for now. And then you have a chance to talk about peace. And then later, perhaps completely declare that the war is over.
Yes.
Okay.
So that is what everyone is hoping for,
Got
an
it.
end, an official end to this war.
Okay, very good. Thanks for that. Let me read that again. After more than 1 year and 3 months of intense fighting, the Palestinian militant faction Hamas and Israel have agreed to a sudden ceasefire. Western and Middle Eastern countries have collectively welcomed the development.